Hello, this is Brian Urban with Counselor, and this is the new feature summary for December 2016. We'll start here with the changes that affect everyone, both Counselor Complete OMS and Counselor Connect users, starting with the patient tags in the chart notes screen. So let's jump right there. Those of you already familiar with this feature, it enables you to add and update tags for patients while you're creating your chart note. We realize that this is a time when you tend to think of things that you want to tag the patient for later on. So for example, if I was creating this chart note, the patient already has two tags in place that they have low vision and are in a wheelchair, but perhaps I also want to note that they are out for med clearance. Or I can also note that perhaps they have some memory concerns, right? If I update the tags here, when I go back to the patient's profile, those tags will then be in place. So jumping back to the patient profile, now I can see that we now have those three tags in place. Of course, I can update them here as well, but we wanted to have it in place there within the chart note to make it just quick and easy to do so from there. All right, so let's jump to the next change here. Address verification. So this is a feature where as you're typing in the address, let's go ahead and just get rid of this patient's information here. Counselor will start to fix things for you. So let's just put in an address here. And let's just leave that and let's say, there we go. Maybe I won't capitalize that. As you notice, I was tabbing through, and as I tabbed from the state to the zip, it automatically did a check and found that this is the approved postal code address and automatically updated it for me. So I didn't have to go through and update, capitalize the E. I didn't have to put street. I didn't have to put apartment. I didn't have to put the zip or the +4. Simply by tabbing from the state to the zip code, it activated this feature here, which will verify the address. So that does enable you when you're on the phone with the patient, you're taking down an address really quickly. It doesn't have to be perfect. Get it obviously get it as close as possible, and the counselor will help you refine it from there. Now this feature is available for, of course, patient addresses. This occurs in the patient's contact tab. Also for Complete OMS users within the insurance feature, it works there. For everyone within the physician list, it also works. So if you're updating your physician list, you can do that as well. And one neat thing is that depending on the address, for example, if this had been a business address, it would have automatically come up with suite. So it knows what the nature of the address is and then picks the appropriate descriptor here. All right, so hopefully that saves you some time. Another thing here, being able to search by an age range for a patient. So let's show you that here. Under patients, you would search, click on search existing patients. And now instead of having to select, a birthday to search by, you can just say, I want to look at all patients that are 65 to 70 years old. Okay, and maybe I'll just make this all the active patients, for example. And there we go. So that will then do a quick search, and it's showing me for this database we have 110 patients that fit that age range. If I wanted to, I could break this down further by clinic, or I could stay with all clinics. All right. On to the next area then. Now these changes are specific for those who use Counselor Complete OMS. The appointment confirmation, so those are the emails and text messages that go out to the patient automatically 24 hours, typically 24 hours before the appointment. One change that was made was that now those patients who have their appointment on Monday will receive those texts and emails on the preceding Friday. Previously they were going out on Sunday, but obviously we wanted them that to correspond with when you were typically doing your confirmation calls. So those will go out automatically. Now, if the patient has a visit on Saturday, it will go out still on Friday. If the patient has a visit on Sunday for some reason, it would go out on Saturday. So the only time that it breaks from the 24-hour rule is that Friday to Monday. All right, then the appointment referral type requirement. So this is the requirement that says that whenever you schedule an appointment with a patient attached to it, that you have to select a referral type. We made a change here. Before it was global, so it affected the whole clinic, every appointment you scheduled. Now it's per appointment type. So you can decide that, okay, for these types of appointments, we definitely need to have a appointment referral type noted. And you may say for other types you'd rather not. So it gives you some flexibility there. And if you have any questions on how to do it, let us know. Basically, just go into administration and then appointment types. There's a checkbox now for that feature. Stock report generator, pretty straightforward. Now it has the serial number. We had several requests for that, so you all have that now. The schedule options, so you can now decide how you will receive your alerts. So that means as a provider, you can get an alert when the patient arrives, the arrival notice, and that can be either through pop-up or text message. And same thing as for appointment reminders. So if you have, let's say, a VNG or a fitting or something like that, you can set up a reminder in the appointment so that you get a 10, 15, 30-minute reminder prior to the patient visit. Previously, these would just automatically both come up as pop-ups or a text message. Now you can choose either or. So it gives you a little more flexibility in how you want to receive those. And that's once again done under the schedule options. So you would just click here up on administration, and then under schedule options, you could set that as well. All right, so those are all the changes that for so far in December 2016. We thank you very much for all your wonderful ideas, all your input. It helps us continue to make Counselor better and better. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.